So this week's Parshas Yisro, we have Kabbalas Torah, Matan Torah. The Rebbeinu Shalom descends on Har Sinai and gives us eternity. The Rebbeinu Shalom gives us a Torah. Now, what's fascinating is that as an introduction to that event of Har Sinai, the Rebbeinu Shalom tells us the story of the conversion of Yisro. That Yisro, the father of Moshe Rabbeinu, it says in Pasuk Vayishma Yisro, Kayin Midyan, that Yisro heard about what happened to Klal Yisrael, Yitzias Mitzrayim, Milchemes Amalek, and so on. And he was so inspired by that, and he changed his whole life. He converted, and he became a Yid. And after that whole story of Yisro is discussed, then we go into Matan Torah, to the giving of the Torah. So the truth is, in Chazal, we find a machlokes about whether or not, chronologically speaking, the story of Yisro actually preceded Har Sinai or not. So if you're of the opinion that the story of Yisro, physically, chronologically speaking, actually happened before Har Sinai, then okay, I guess it makes sense to put that story before Har Sinai. But if you hold, which is the opinion of others in Chazal, is that the story, the conversion of Yisro, took place after Har Sinai, then that means the Torah is going out of its way to take the story of Yisro out of its proper place historically and putting it specifically as an introduction to Kabbalas Torah, which tells you that there's something in that story of Yisro that is necessary for each and every one of us to hear and to learn about, to give us the ability to receive the Torah in our lives. The truth is, even the other opinion that holds that the story of Yisro happened chronologically as it's written in the Torah, but the truth is, you still have to think about the fact that the story of Kabbalas Torah is in Parshas Yisro. I mean, the entire parsha is still called Parshas Yisro, which means that whether you hold it happened chronologically speaking the way it's written or not, but at the end of the day, Kabbalas Torah is in Parshas Yisro, which means that for us to receive the Torah, we have to be Yisroiniks. We have to become a little bit of Chassidim of Yisro. So what was it about Yisro that allowed him, that we're supposed to learn from, to give us the ability to receive the Torah properly? So Rebbe Leger says like this. Rebbe Leger says that the essence of what Yisro was, who was Yisro, it sums up with the first two words of the parsha, Vayishma Yisro. Yisro, simply the pasuk means he heard the event. But everyone heard about the event of Yitzias Mitzrayim. What made Yisro different is that he was a listener. Vayishma means Yisro, that Yisro was a listener, meaning that Yisro was always someone that was searching. He always had his ears open to hear, what could I do? What is going to be in front of me? What is going to draw me further and deeper into my progress in Avodas Hashem? He was a mevakesh. That's what Yisro was. The truth is, Chazal even say about Yisro that regarding him, the pasuk says Pesiyam l'chol davar, that he was very naive. That even a pesi, a fool, someone who's very very gullible, believes all things. In other words, Yisro's bikush, Yisro is defined as the embodiment of pesios, of being simple, of being inquisitive, of being naive even. The essence of Yisro is that he was a mevakesh. He was someone that was looking for something and he was open to it. That's what Yisro was. Says Rebbe Leger, what we're learning from Parshas Yisro, the fact that Torah is given in Parshas Yisro is telling us that in order for us to receive the Torah, the Rebbeinu Shalom doesn't need big madregas, he doesn't need yichus, he doesn't need davening for hours on end. He needs one thing. He needs us to be looking and to be open. That's it. For Yishma Yisro, to be listeners. So, as long as a person is a listener, as long as a person is open and willing to be inspired and willing to move forward in life, if the person can be described and be defined as a mevakesh, so such a person will be given the Torah, whether they're a Yisro, whether they're a Moshe Rabbeinu, and anything in between. The only variable is Vayishma Yisro. Is to be mevakesh, to be someone that's looking for something and never to be satisfied where they are, and to always say that there's something more I need to do in my life, there's something more I need to commit myself for, and I'm open for it. That type of person will receive the Torah. So Hashem should help, we should be zech each and every one of us. Chazal say that all of us, we have to remember, we have to remind ourselves that our ancestors stood at the mountain of Har Sinai. And that means that we have in our blood that sense of bikush, that sense of longing, of desire, of even being naive sometimes, of wanting things that maybe right now are beyond our grasp, but just the wanting itself opens us up to it. And Hashem Shal, we should be zeicha to reconnect and to connect to that nekuda of Yisro within each and every one of us. Come to the Shabbos of Menuchas HaNefesh and Menuchas HaGuf, and both individually and collectively. see the redemption of our people. B'yas Kol Tzedek, b'meir b'meinu. Amen.
Thank you, Hashem. Thank you, Hashem. Thank you, Hashem.